Hi everybody, welcome to Active Self-Protection Extra. Today we're going to use the Blackbeard X to think about target transitions and whether or not the suppressor on the end of the gun really makes a statistically significant difference in how fast we can do this. Big Tex Ordnance is my go-to source for accessories for all your defensive and competition firearms. They have great holsters with accessories for concealment and ship fast at great prices. I'm a proud customer and recommend them without hesitation. One of the things I love about the Blackbeard X is it is, the Blackbeard resets the trigger ridiculously fast, but the X adds the Mantis X3 capabilities that gives you 100% shot detection and also tells you what the muzzle is doing when the shot breaks. Now you can use that like the X3 on your pistol, right, and get a scored number. But in the transition drills that we're using today, what it really is showing us is it's showing us what our muzzle's doing and how long the transitions are between shots. Now, if we're doing this in live fire, of course, we can get transitions between shots. What we really can't do other than our memory is figure out, okay, so was my muzzle moving and settling, or did I overcommit and have to correct? And those kinds of things. But the Blackbeard X actually shows that to us because when we turn the thing on and we get going, it transitions shot to shot, shows us what we were doing and how we do it, which is super useful information. In particular, what that's gonna do is it's gonna let us see, I've got my suppressor on here. This is a Gemtech 7.62 can. Some folks are like, well, gosh, John, that's a really long suppressor and it's fairly heavy. Both true things. But what I'm curious of and what I don't have any objective data for is at kind of realistic home defense distances. And I'm standing here right now, right at about 10 yards from two full-size targets. These are ASP targets. You get those at bakertargets.com. And I've got two ASP targets out there and I am standing 30 feet from them right here in my living room. This was my entryway, is 30 feet from those targets. Now I know they're not the easiest to discern in the universe back there because of the backwash from the lights, but you'll be able to see what goes down. So what I get to do here is I get to see where the shots hit, because if you can see here, we'll get that in, is that if I hit it on the right side paper, you see where that green laser hits. So I will be able to verify that I did get a hit where I wanted it to. Okay, now for the drill. On the beep, you're gonna come up, fire 2 shots in the 8-inch circle on the left target. Transition over to the right target, fire 2 shots within the 8-inch circle on the right target. Transition to the head box on the right target, fire 1 shot. Transition to the head box on the left target, fire 1 shot, and you are done. That's this drill. So I just wanna shoot this a number of times. I'm gonna shoot it 5-6 times to get an idea what my transitions are between, and then we'll take the suppressor off and we'll see if we have a statistically significant difference. I'm kind of thinking there's gonna be. I mean, you'd think, right? More weight out here on the end is gonna make me kind of swing a little different. So either I'm gonna have to kind of maybe stop, start the finish a little sooner, or I'm gonna overswing or something with there on. But I don't know. So this is the kind of stuff I'm inviting you along to kind of come with us. I hope you get what this channel is, right? This channel is not always, here's an authoritative opinion. Sometimes it's me investigating and me experimenting and me seeing what's going on and inviting you guys along for the ride because you're my pseudo internet friends. Here we go. Got everything going here. Let's giddy up. We're ready. Oh, that. Okay, so second shot there was, my first transition was way over, and you saw that, right? So I've got a 7-9 split on the first one with a 2-1 transition, a 4-2, which again was too fast with a 3-0, I had to come back to it, 0.6 and 0.6. Okay, you know what I also should do here is I should start recording this so that you all can see it too. We see what our transitions are here, but now I want to start looking at where the shots break, okay? So let's go over here to shot number 1, and you can see I came up and then down just a little bit. Now when it goes to shot 2, watch, just a little bit up from there on shot 2, comes over hard, and I was up and I was right. Now again, it shows dead center where the shot broke because it's where it actually broke, but we know that it was high and right. Comes back, why did it have to come down and left? Because my shot finished high and right, so I had to come back to it. Took me a little bit of time. Now, I went straight up here and then ever so slightly to the right, still pretty good about that. And then my last shot here, you see it kind of circle around, break, and break while I was still slowing it down. So I'm actually pretty okay with that. And again, if we look here, we can start to see even more data here, and it tells us what our color key is and all that stuff and what it's doing. So we can use this to get really interesting information here. It even gives us a shot score, right? So 90, 90. Now that one says 99. I didn't love that shot too much. but it says, hey, you're not wasting time. So it's scoring that there. You notice that one's a little short because I was going down just a little bit. But what I really want to see here in an overall sense is we can kind of see where my shots were here. So the other part of this is like you're drawing a shot on the other one. As you can see here, what it's doing for us is it tells us that, you know, this is how long we waited. This is how long then it went from there to come up, how much delay we had, and the shot breaking process down here, which is kind of nice. And again, shows me what my muzzle is doing in real time. Look at where that's going and what it's doing. It's actually a pretty nifty tool. Okay, so we need to do a few more of these, right? We need to do actually a bunch more of these and just kind of get an idea of what it is that we're looking at. So my total delay here only 0.14 seconds. It's pretty happy with me on that. Okay, let's stop that. Okay, we are done and we're gonna reset. All right, let's go at it again. So we know we had about a 0.8 first shot. We had, you know, my big transitions were about 0.6. So let's see if we can get those a little bit better. Shooter's ready. Okay, felt pretty good about those. The last headshot broke a touch low. It was still, I think, on the box, but just a little tiny bit touch low. So we stopped there. And let's see what we had here. So again, our actual delay score shows a little bit less. Our total time, pretty good. So a little faster on the up, 0.67 seconds, 0.18 on the first split, now a 0.45. That was a very good transition because I didn't overdrive it. 0.27 was a little bit slower there. Then a 0.42 up and a 0.51 over. All right, well, that was significantly better than the first one. Let's see what our lines are here. So we went straight up. You guys saw that. That's great. My second shot there stayed right where it was. So I didn't keep driving the gun. That's what I wanted it to do. Hang over, just a little bit of correction, right? Maybe I was a little bit worried about the overdrive on the last one. Okay. Fourth shot stayed right where it was. A little bit of wiggle. Fifth shot there came up and it kind of circled it a little bit. All right. So that's why that shot score is only a 91. Had a little bit of a circle there, drove right to that last one, feel pretty good about that. So I actually, overall, I'm pretty okay with that. That's a pretty darn good set, all things considered, for me at my current skill level at 10 yards. Let's try another one. Let's just see what we're getting here. A couple things as a way of reminder to you. Number one, I am wearing my sling because we're gonna have a sling on a gun. We should be wearing it, right? Number two, where we're starting at a ready position where I can see the entire target, so the muzzle is averted off the target. And my safety is on until I come up and on the target. So I come on the target, off the safety, off the target, on the safety. Okay? All right, here we go. Okay, very good. That's pretty decent. Now, I know some folks are going to say, but John, you know, you don't have any recoil in there. Yeah, I don't. So that's just one thing that we're not working on here. 223 doesn't have a ton of recoil to begin with. So it'll add some things and change the times, maybe just a skosh when we're in live fire. We'll see that another day. Okay, let's see here. 6.6 first shot. That's about what I've got. 0.21. Now a 0.48 split in a 0.21. That's pretty good. That second set. 0.42, 0.57. So my transition, obviously, from the body to the head is faster than from the head over. But a 0.57 transition from small target to small target with getting both hits, I feel pretty darn good about. Well, now it's time. Let's take the suppressor off here. This Gemtech is nice because you just turn it and off she comes. So let's get this suppressor off. And let's see if it changes our times. All right, gun definitely feels lighter. Oh, I'm just gonna abandon that one because I went way high, did not see it. Let's just start over and be an adult. Okay, that last one was a little high. Last one hit just a skosh high. So let's see, 0.67, about the same, 0.16 split, 0.5 on the transition, which is about what I was expecting, 0.2, then a 0.39 and a 0.51. And again, that 0.51, because I hit high, I didn't take enough care. I would have, you know, kind of hit up here, which, I mean, with a 223 might have done it, but is not what we want. We want that ocular cavity. So, I mean, that first one, well, it's the first one without it. I definitely feel that the muzzle of the gun is lighter, so it seems like maybe it's less effort. Let's try it again and get a little bit more data. Oh, so So the honest truth is it surprised me how fast the gun came up on the first one, so I drove it over on the left one and I just lost my mind. It's just, that's not good. Okay, so 0.6 with a 0.21 second shot, 0.39 on the transition, which is really fast for me, and a 0.24, 0.36, 0.57. So I'd say a little faster here, maybe a few hundredths faster to even a tenth on that, which is not nothing. Okay, those were all good. I was very deliberate about making sure that I got the hits that I want. You can see still 2.62 seconds, so I'm still in that 2.5-ish second range. Total delay here only 0.16, which is great. An 8.2 first shot, a little slow, but a 1.5 split, great. 45 transition with a 2.3 split, 31, and then that last one is 66. So it would seem that, yeah, I'm maybe a few hundredths faster, maybe 5, 6, 7% faster without the suppressor on. Let's give it one more go. Been working with the suppressor a lot, so. Okay, second shot there, not so great. Okay, so first one at .56 is great and a 1.8 split on the trigger. Okay, fine, I've never been known for a rocket fast trigger finger. 0.42 split with a 0.3, that second shot not so hot. 0.42 and a 0.54. I want to see my track here on the first shot. Let's see what we got here. So came up and just a bit of dip there and then stayed with it pretty good. I'm okay with that shot. Straight over and got the hit with no overdrive. Love that noise. Then a little bit of rightward drive. So I kind of like broke it and finished, which if you've got a big target like that, you can do. Those will give you acceptable hits. Now, when we go to shot number 5, see me drive straight up. Is that from that shot, I drove straight up, which is exactly what I want to do. Pretty happy with that. And then driving, you saw me I go whoop like this, like I didn't just up and left. I went up, kind of steered it right and back around. But it's still pretty darn good. And so I guess when we were asking today, does the suppressor make the gun slower? It seems like it does. Does it make it really significantly slower? I don't know that it does, quite frankly, in this environment, right? So these targets are, the centers of those targets are about 5 to 6 feet apart. So that's the kind of transitions that I think we might do. If you had bad guys that are staged in the corners or something, maybe you've got even more to think about. And always remember from a technique perspective, and we've taught this technique before, especially when you're running a dot or an optic, you drive the eyes and then drive the gun to the target. You don't turret with the gun and your eye in the optic. And if you do that, you can do that relatively quickly. So I'd like to take a moment. I had a couple of people said that they're relatively new to the channel and wondering kind of where I learned carbine stuff. Well, probably the guys that I had most significant training with carbine from are probably 3. Steve Fisher, Bill Blowers, and Jeff Gonzalez. I've taken carbine classes from all 3 of those guys. Really fantastic carbine teachers. Some input as well from Paul Carlson from Safety Solutions Academy, who's an incredible instructor. And so those are probably the 4 main trainers who have taught me the defensive carbine. So, man, I love the Blackbeard X, guys. I really think it gives us some really good data. I think it gives us some things to think about because what gets measured gets worked on. That's why I've set this up. So I'll come out here and set up my little tripod with my iPad Pro here and just run drills and run 10 or 15 minutes of drills in an environment that is where I would have to defend myself. Now, I don't think I have to defend somebody in my sitting room here, but hey, try it. Let me know how it goes for you, okay?